When I was a little kid, I was obsessed with villains. To me, villains were always the most fabulous and the most interesting. They were always dressed impeccably. They were funny and quirky and grand and all the things that I wanted to be someday. Work. My name is Aurora Sexton. I live in Los Angeles, and right now I am in P-Town. If you have a show here in P-Town, you have to bark. Show tonight, we're at 7 o'clock. Which, in layman's terms, is singing for your supper. We go out on the street, we hand out flyers, we beg people to buy tickets. To get people into my show, I wear fabulous costumes and I turn on the charm. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Hi, doll. Oh my God, isn't she just divine?
Drag has always been an important part of the tapestry that makes this town what it is.
Aurora is very, very respected in the drag community.
There's so many artists and creative people here. It's just a melting pot of art and ideas. I remember the first time I had a drag queen paint me. And she turned me around to the mirror, and I was just like, whoa. I didn't know I could look like that. I was born and raised in Colorado. I was brought up by a very hardworking single mom and my grandmother. Unfortunately, a lot of bad things happened to me at a very young age where I had to grow up very fast. Back then, we didn't know what transgender was. It wasn't a mainstream topic like it is now. I escaped into movies. I escaped into fantasy. Pageants were the platform that I had to unleash my creativity. After being in pageants for over a decade, I decided that I wanted to try something different. When I was 13 years old, I left home. And it was drag queens that took me in. They taught me how to do makeup. They taught me how to walk and strut and be fabulous. The theme for my show this year, the show is called Hexed. It's a fairy tale puppet show. Well. It's kind of like Avenue Q meets fairy tale hell. Voice for the evil queen. It's very deep, very sexy, and kind of scary. You know, there's Maleficent, very proper. And then there's Caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, based on Wendy Williams. How you doing? For trans people, gender is a very serious topic, and for drag queens, it's a very unserious topic. I walk a fine tightrope between both worlds. If transgender people can be doctors, lawyers, airline pilots, why can't they be drag queens too? Ever since I was a very small child, I've always been dressing up. I've always wanted to be in the spotlight. I like to think that what I present, the art that I bring, inspires others and makes their world just a little bit more colorful and magical. I'm a risk taker. It's about standing out and being unique and doing things that nobody else is willing to even try. Every artist is passionate and creative and obviously very emotional. I'm all of those things. I have learned to channel all the experiences of my life, good or bad, into my art. It makes it honest, and it makes it something that is mine and no one else's. Thankfully, I've been surrounded by amazing friends and family that have never let me give up and that have always pushed me to be my very best. I owe everything to my loved ones for that.